In today's video,
I'm really thinking about this being the first single player to desperately buy off the rip. If I have to buy this single player, and if it comes in, I want to be careful because there's possibilities of an ad coming in. There we go.
That kite, it reminded the little girl so much of her friend Carole. So free and graceful, yet tormented, as if by adverse currents, by the other girls at Bunny Hall.
Oh, and who would you be? Have you perhaps seen a bespectacled bunny?
Even the owl ignored her question and just stood there, staring at her, with those eyes, red like blood. But the little girl had no time to waste. She had to track down the bunny, and so she began to follow in its tracks. And the girl, filled with a chilling sensation she could not explain, dove into the water. So the little girl fell, and fell once again.
You and I will never be apart.
Where did this letter come from? That would only confirm the other girl's suspicions about Miss Carroll's potential elopement.
But don't you understand, Miss Hinman? If that was the case, what would be the point of burning this letter? It's already been several weeks since Carole left. And then, that mysterious boy.
A princess. Were you able to stop time?
Let us be carried by the wind.
Bro, there's something about this game that just might be a little bit too good. Like, if you really think about it, this is why I like certain indie devs, because their brains are outside the box. Then we got Little Nightmares 3. I got so many Little Nightmares to catch up to. The only way how you're going to see me play Little Nightmares is in 2028. Like I meant what I said. Single players are very draining if they're not straightforward, and they're just more of like walkthroughs I had to find. So, you know, with Indivisible this following month, it was hell on earth. Like, we had bugs, glitches, like certain characters would fall off the map. I could go over a whole bunch. It's still a good game regardless. It was still fun while it lasted. A lot of mistakes were made, and a lot of choices were also made during that game. But that's not the point, man. I think I'm really thinking about this being the first single player to desperately buy off the rip. If I have to buy this single player, and if it comes in, I want to be careful because there's possibilities of an ad coming in. There we go. On October 9th. Yo, this is around the corner. It's this month, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this month. It's my month in particularly. My second month. May being like my first. October being the big month from when Neusxanity starts to come out of hibernation and finally starts to get up off of his lazy ass and start playing games. However, the problem is I kind of messed up on something. We took too long to play the single player games. Currently, as you guys notice, I have Someday You Will Return. So, with Someday You Will Return, you guys are going to have to wait for that game to be finished. I have no choice but to try to finish that game before I finish this one. So that means this one will have to either come in next year or I don't know. But single players, y'all should know this better than anything. They always come last. They never come first. It's just how it is. Look, you guys. Honestly, this game looks phenomenal. I like the style. I like the fact that it definitely tries. And regardless of how you say this, tries to represent classic Disney. I mean, they did put in the title after all. So, yeah, classic Disney. The whole style of the game is based on that. Which is something that I personally respect. I always like hand-drawn games. That's why Indivisible being the prime example. But it has to be something unique. So when it's something unique, it's pretty cool. Anyways, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to let me know when it's October 9th. Because by the time I'm doing this, I'm going to be playing Someday You Will Return. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch up to that. We'll probably play this next year. Anyways, peace out.
Hi, I'm Lucy Christian. I am the voice of Ochako Uraraka, and you should subscribe to Neusxanity's channel. Peace out!